Good morning, all. Welcome to Eng-lane, a helping hand for English grammar and high school lessons. Dears, we have so far discussed the lessons in grammar, but today we are discussing a lesson in 9th grade English course book, the first unit. Before that, let me tell you one thing, that is, you are very happy indeed because you have got a promotion to the higher class, but unfortunately we cannot sit together and see our friends. You don't worry, if you keep this class or keep watching this class from beginning to end with the prerequisites, I mean the textbook, notebook, pen and other things, you feel that you are in a real classroom. So let us start. The first unit 1 is aspire to win. Aspire to win. Please watch this clip. Okay, and see this picture too, image 2. Right, now see, let us answer these questions. Do you think that the players belong to the same team? In the first clip, you know that different teams, that is football as you know, and they are striving or struggling or fighting to take their team to victory. The second one too, there are different jerseys, so they do not belong to same team. And here the case of the second one, that is, can these two players only alone bring success to their team? You know, not. The team together should work hard for their success. Team itself is together, everyone achieve more, that is team. And how can each member lead his team to victory? He should take his own role and he should keep a burning thought in his mind, that is, his team should win. And that thought or that burning desire can be an aspire. And what are the qualities of good sportsman person? You know many. I have to tell you only a few. Good. He should be competent. He should be confident. He should have a competitive mind. He should respect his opponent, and he should be optimistic, and many can be there. You can add more. Now yes, see what is aspire. As we saw in that video or in that clip, all the players have an intense desire. They desire ardently to take their team to victory. That is called aspire. It is there within everyone. When it is verb, that is desire, desire ardently, or dream or long for. That means a strong wish to achieve something. That is aspiration. Aspire is the verb, and win, you know, triumph, to achieve victory in a game or war, something like that. Then aspire to win. That means a desire, to desire ardently to win. That is not only in the play but also in our life too. We should have such a quality. Okay, now let us see, if someone has aspiration or someone aspires, that only cannot take, sometimes that only cannot take him to the or her to the victory. You see, this is Helen Keller and Anne Sullivan Mercy. Here Anne Sullivan is supporting, inspiring and motivating Helen and thus he became a world famous one. That is, if there was no unceremony, then the Helen Keller might not be such famous in the world. And again, that I mean that there is something too. One is from within, that is aspiration. One should come from outside, that is, you can see here. This is Thomas Alva Edison, his mother. When he was a student, he was considered as a nuisance for teachers. He would ask some questions, and sometimes the answers might not be known to the teachers too. So the teachers were not ready to teach him, but his mother was very ambitious, and she took his charge, and his mother motivated him. That is, should be there from outside motivation, and he became a very world famous scientist. Now, usually we do these things in the classrooms too. Teacher appreciates a student, and then at the house or in the house or at home, you can see, listen, father is appreciating his son, and teacher is clapping to motivate her children. Now, what I want to get you is that in this unit we are discussing sports. We are thinking about sports, and the other themes are, sub-themes are, what we have discussed: motivation, we have discussed, and family support, and sportsman spirit, it came there, and hard work for success, overcoming obstacles by perseverance. Perseverance is a very important thing that one must have for succeeding in one's life. Optimism and confidence, necessity of mental and physical health, empathy, diligence, goal setting. All these things are there in this unit. All the lessons are based on this theme. Let us see which are the lessons. First one is the race, a story by Nisha Punjabi, and learning the game, autobiography of cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar, and bang the drum, a song. And let us see the first lesson, the race. What's a race? It is written by Nisha Punjabi. What's a race? Before that, let us see something. Let us know something about Nisha Punjabi. You can read it. She is a freelance writer based in Lucknow, Indian writer, and she completed her education from Lucknow itself, and it is there, everything is there. You have to read it. And this story, the particular story, that is the race, is an award-winning story. This story got an award in a sports category competition held by the Children's Book Trust in New Delhi in 2001. See, so this is a very interesting or highly reputed short story that you are going to read. Be proud of that, and let us see what's a race. Okay, I think what is, you go towards a race, a contest between people where the goal is to be the first to reach some objective. One reaches there first, he is the winner and he is the champion. Such a contest is race, a malsaram. And see, so at the end of a game of sporting event or a race, we usually appreciate the winner or the record breaker. But shouldn't we encourage the losses too? If there are no losses, there are no champions. Let us see what happens in this story. Yes, let us see a boy who is sitting here. Can you guess whether he is happy or not? Is he happy? or sad? What maybe? Can you guess why he's so? What may be the reason behind his such an emotion? And look, what was he doing one day? See, what was he doing? Listen or observe. What is he doing? He is running, or he was running. Was he going to any place? No. He is a very interesting character. Let us see who he is and what his problem is. Let us read the first two paragraphs of the story, The Race. We can learn everything about him. First two only, not the three. Okay, you should read with me. Shall we read? Tarun was a mediocre student. His grades could barely satisfy his parents, and he was not a good singer, dancer, painter, or even an actor. He always thought of himself as the black sheep of the family. His elder brother, who was pursuing a degree in engineering from a reputed college, always made the family proud, but Tarun was never good at anything like that. However, he was blessed with the strength of a great athlete. He was an excellent runner. He would run for hours, be it day or night. Whenever he felt sad or lonely, he exhausted himself by running, thus releasing all his pent-up emotions. At times, he would miss his school bus and would then run to school, which was 5 miles away from his home. He just had one dream: to become the fastest runner in the world. Tarun did not know how to achieve his dream. On the one hand, his parents hated his running and wanted him to concentrate more on his studies, which he never did. On the other hand, he belonged to a middle-class family, and Tarun knew that to achieve his dream he needed an intensive training, an amount for which was well beyond his family's reach. Okay, dears, you have read with me. Let us think of something in that story. What's the boy's name? I think you got it. That is Tarun. What kind of a boy he is? He is a brilliant boy, bright boy. No, he is a mediocre boy. And what was his dream? You got it. And you know, it is to become the fastest runner in the world. Now, what does he think of achieving his goal? Will he achieve it, or will he achieve it according to him? What may be the reason? Let us know more about it. Let us read this again silently. You don't forget to note the words and expressions which you can take into your personal dictionary. Read it silently. Okay, complete the reading. I think now let us have a second look. What type of a boy was Tarun? He was a mediocre student. Could he satisfy his parents? No. Why? Because his grades were low. Whether he had achieved any artistic skill, just like singing, dancing, or painting, or something like that? No. He was not a singer, not a dancer, painter, or an actor. How did he consider himself? He considered himself as the black sheep of the family. Black sheep, we'll discuss later. And who was there in his family other than him? That is, there was a brother, elder brother. What was he doing? He was pursuing engineering from a well-reputed or famous college. And how did the family members look at that brother? They were proud of him. But whether Tarun had such an equality? No. He was a mediocre student, or he was a low achiever. I think you got the things here, the ideas in this paragraph. And but what was he blessed with? He was blessed with the strength of a great athlete. He was an excellent runner. What was his special ability? He can run, or he could run for hours, disregarding day or night, hot or cold. He ran, or he would run for hours. When did he usually run? When he was sad and he was lonely without companions. He ran and exhausted himself and released his pent up emotions. Okay, how far was the school from his house? That was 5 miles away from his house. Then what would he do when he missed his school bus? He would run that long distance, and he was cherishing a dream. What was his dream? To become the fastest runner in the world. According to him, could he achieve it? He thought no, because of 2 reasons. First one is, his parents hated his running and wanted him to focus more on his studies, but Tarun didn't do it. And secondly, he belonged to a middle class family, and his family couldn't afford the huge amount that is needed for an intensive training. Okay, yes, I think you got the ideas here, and let us try the scaffolding questions. Very simple questions. You can do it yourself. Who do you think more, Tarun or his brother? Why? Who do you like more? You may like Tarun, you may like his brother, but there should be a justification. You can write it yourself. And why did Tarun think that he was the black sheep of the family? He was a low achiever. He was not good at the things that the family think high, or family thought high, and that is why he considered himself as the black sheep of the family. The answers are given along in the worksheet, the sample answers, so you may see it. What were the obstacles before Tarun pursuing dream? We have already discussed that. You remember that? That is, first one, parents didn't like his learning. Second one, he couldn't afford, or his family couldn't afford the huge amount needed for intensive training. And there can be many suggestions. You can contact sponsors just like that. Or in modern days, you can have your own many suggestions. You can do it. Okay. Now let us discuss the story again in detail, keeping or focusing the words and other things. You might have written some words, and I think some of them, these will be the, please think of this: mediocre, an average student, barely, an average of an average standard, barely, almost, not at all, no, black sheep, that's an idiom. We'll discuss it later. What's an idiom? It is an idiom. That means a group of words whose meaning is different from the individual words. Here it is odd person in a group. That is the odd person in a group, right? One who is not considered as standing in the mainstream of that group, and pursue to do or achieve something over a period of time. Reputed, accord a reputation, or reputation means opinion that others have, or well known for good or bad. It can be good or bad. And proud, feeling honored. And somehow we can read and analyze that paragraph again. Tarun was a mediocre student. Tarun was an average student, no doubt. His grades could barely, could not satisfy his parents, could not make his parents happy. You understood? And he was not a good singer, dancer, painter, or even an actor. There is nothing new. You can easily understand that. He always thought of himself. He thought himself. He had an assumption of himself that he was the black sheep of the family. He was not as other members of the family. He is meaner to them. And then he has an elder brother who was pursuing, who was doing a degree in engineering from a well-known college. That brother made the family feeling honored, that is proud. Tarun was never good at anything like that. I think he got the things very simple. And now let us move on to the next paragraph. And before that, you see the words, blessed having a divine aid. Yeshudas is blessed with the faculty of singing, and next, excellent, exceptionally good, of it kind, very good, lonely, unhappy because of the feeling isolated, and exhaust, to tire out, to become tired, and release, to let go or to free, pent of feelings and emotions that cannot be expressed. That is the not yet expressed feelings, that is pent up feeling, at times, sometimes achieved, to carry out successfully, to accomplish and concentrate, focus on thought and attention on, belong, to be a part of, intensive, thorough with intensity, beyond one's reach, not within some power to achieve. That may be because of the lack of money or lack of skill. Emotions, he's happy, sad, angry, excited, afraid, shy, guilty. All these are different emotions. Okay, now let us reconsider the paragraph. However, he was blessed with the strength of a great athlete, a sportsman. He had the strength of a great athlete. God has blessed him, giving that strength. He was an excellent runner. He was a very good runner. He would run for hours on end without stopping. He can run hours, and be it day or night. It may be day, it may be night. That doesn't affect his running. When did he run? Whenever he felt sad and lonely, he tired out himself by running, and he let go all his not expressed feelings and emotions. And sometimes he would miss his school bus, then he would run to school. School is 5 miles away from his home, 5 miles, about 7 kilometers. But he had one dream to become, that was to become the fastest runner in the world. Tarun did not know how to accomplish that dream, how to fulfill that dream, because of 2 reasons. His parents didn't like his running and wanted him, insisted him concentrate more on his studies. But Tarun didn't do that, never did it. And other hand, the next thing is, he was the part of a member of a middle class family, and to fulfill his dream he needed an intensive training, which needed a lot of money that was beyond his family's reach or means. They could not afford it. Hope children, hope dears, I hope all of you have comprehended these 2 paragraphs. This is very simple. Now let us try to complete this Tarun. Do it yourself. Academic level. What was his academic level? What about his family? And what was his position in the family? And what's his skill, special skill? And what was his dream? And obstacles in pursuing his dream. There are 2 obstacles, which are there, and again what was his habit. These things you have to do it yourself, and after that, with the help of this, you write a paragraph on that. It's very simple. You can do it yourself, so you can do it yourself. And then the main ideas in the paragraph that we have discussed so far. Tarun, a mediocre student, he is always blamed by his parents for his low grades and tardy nature. And the thought that he is poor in everything drains his self-confidence. But that means he wants to get some confidence from someone, right? Some motivation is needed for him, and he has an intense wish to be a fast runner. And his parents hated his running and wanted him to concentrate more on his studies, which he never did, and the amount for an intensive training was beyond his family's reach as it was middle class. Okay, he gives vent to his bitter feelings by running. Now, please try to narrate here. If you can, you try to remember an incident that you cannot keep in your mind, a bitter incident that you had in your life. Try to narrate it. Okay, now you watch this. Hope you have learned what we have discussed. Thank you for watching, and notes are there attached to it, and Malayalam translation is there attached with it. You can download and hear, but try to learn English, listening to and speaking and comprehending English itself. Still it is there to help you. Thank you again.